know you have this uncomfortable, this unease, accept it. Say the words, and I love that.
I do love
Hey,
that.
everybody.
Because anything after
I'm
this,
not sure
this
if you could hear.
unease,
Hang on,
will
let me get
either
this. Find
arrive,
it. Where are you?
say the words, and I or be lost.
I do love
Hey,
that.
Based on our
everybody.
ability because anything
And
after
I'm not
this,
sure if you could
unease,
hear. Hang on,
will
let me get
either
this. Find
arrive.
it. Where are you? And mute that there. There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. That's a little bit of the nest. That was dual talk. That was some dual talk. I don't know if it came across on your speakers that way, left, right, left, and right. So there's three conversations going on where your left ear needs to hear certain frequencies and vibrations, and your right ear needs to hear certain dominant conversations. And so that's what yeah. Okay, good. So it did come across that way. Awesome. I didn't know that it would show up through a Zoom that way. Oh, that's powerful. Very cool. Yeah, that's called what did we call that? Oh, it'll come to me. Ness harmonics. And so yeah. And what that does is it causes your brain, what happens is that you can listen to it at a little softer volume. And if you just let yourself sit in it, not go, oh, what was that? Or what was that? It's amazing how in the matter of a couple of sessions, your brain starts to look for it and it starts to overwrite patterns. It's a very powerful program. So there you go. That's a little bit of an example of the nest. Glad it came through that way. Hey, we're doing our questions, conversations and questions. And I mentioned yesterday I would do some things on for those of you in the travel world. So these are the no-based questions. Would it be ridiculous? Would it be impossible? Would you feel uncomfortable? So first kind of question, again, these are designed based upon Chris Voss, the hostage negotiator, the FBI hostage negotiator, who now is doing traveling and training and speaking at corporations and speaking with executives, helping them to have a dialogue that increases sales, increases throughput of dollars into income. So here's a couple of pre-frame questions. Would it be a bad, and this is, you could use this for everybody. Everybody could use this question. This isn't travel related specifically. Would it be a bad idea to keep this super low pressure and let you say no fast? I can promise you're probably not used to hearing that. You're not used to saying that. Good morning, Beamish. Go lay down. Is it possible you sometimes earn the right to ask by over explaining first? Right? Do you sometimes feel that you earn to ask them to join you simply because you talk too much? Answer to that's no. What's going on with my stuff? Oh, you lay down on it. That's why. That's why. Pulled my curtain open. Little Wizard of Oz moment right there. So here's a question. Is it a stretch that you're reaching out to people who like to travel? Is it a stretch that you're reaching out to people you like to travel, but they don't value the experiences enough to pay for them? Is that what typically happens? Right? Is the point is that we're wanting to target the right people. It doesn't, the travel industry is a unique industry. Yes, it's $7 trillion. A lot of people are fearful of travel. A lot of people have some bad experience of travel because they don't travel enough. If you travel enough, you're going to have bad experiences, right? If you go to the dentist every week, there's a good chance you may meet a hygienist who rubs you the wrong way. What I'm saying is that in order for people to be a part of a travel community, they have to want to travel. These aren't people who are going to their grandfather's funeral because it was the last time they're going to get to see him. These are people who know that travel has some amazing ups, and there's a chance that there's some downs, especially in today's economy. So if you're talking to people who are looking for discounts on car rentals, that's probably not the travel people that you're looking for. Now, it's important to find that. Yet it's not typically the moniker of the individual who's looking for your particular business model, right? Would it be fair to say the best products already spend money on travel and are looking for better outcomes, not cheaper? So when you have your conversations about your business model, do you talk about better outcomes, or are you trying to compare price? Because if you're trying to compare price, you might have the wrong person. Would it be fair to say that your trips probably deserve a little bit more R&R style to them? A little bit. Would it be okay if your trips had more luxury in them? Are you against having more luxury experiences in your upcoming travel? Right? That gets to it. Well, no, I want that. Right? And they'll correct you with the truth. That's the thing about understanding the power of questions. People want to correct you. If you've ever heard somebody wanting to finish somebody's sentences or say, yeah, I get that. No, I know what you're talking about. Or yeah, no, that's right. See, if you can get somebody to say that's right, the conversation is complete. They are on the path. They are on the wagon. Is it possible you're avoiding the people who can afford it because you don't want to feel rejected? This is for you, the person that's got to go talk to people, right? Understanding the conversations that what you're looking for is, how do you realize the people who are looking for savings on travel are probably doing pretty, even if it's an expense account, they're probably a seasoned person. I'll say it that way. I had my first American Airlines Platinum, when I was in my 30s. Because I had my personal business. I was flying from Puerto Rico to St. Croix to St. Thomas to Orlando, back Orlando to San Juan, right? That was my weekly thing. I did 100+ flights. That's 2 flights a week. Most people don't do, and these were on Eagles. A lot of them were on Eagles. 60 of those flights were Eagle flights. I say that to say, you spend a lot of time in airports. And if somebody's got some ways for you to save some pennies on some travel programs, yeah, that's pretty cool. Is it so? Some questions to discover somebody who has a travel identity. Have you ever thought about that? What does it mean to have a travel identity? Most people that you're having a conversation with, the conversation is set such that you're looking for people who want to save money. That's a huge identity as well. People who want to save money. I think it might be beneficial to look for people who have a travel identity. And you might find out, is it possible they don't want travel? They want what travel means? Is it possible? Listen, I've traveled enough. I don't need to travel. So if I decide I'm going to get on a plane and go through 4 transfers and to get to see my buddy in Serbia, it ain't to travel. It's for what travel means. It's for the freedom. It's for the status. It's for the family memories. It's for the escape. So you might ask people, what does travel mean to you? And if somebody says, it's a headache, you're probably not even going to get them on discount. By saving them money, you're probably not going to get them. I'm looking, if I was in that industry, I would be asking people, which would you rather have? The hours in the airport or the memories at the end of the trip? There's some people who love people watching. I can help both. It's easier if I have the emotional response from somebody that says, the memories. It's the memories. Right? Would you be opposed to asking what kind of traveler they are before you mention the company? See, the challenge is that Jim Rohn said, there's a big difference between having enough information to sell something and having enough information to buy something. Two totally different levels of information. You know it works. If you're a nutritional company, you know it works. If you're back when they had telecom savings and long distance was a thing, and you didn't get international long distance, and you didn't have all of the things, all of the benefits we now have. If you had long distance, you were in a telecom network marketing business because it was savings. It was tremendous. The electrical ones in deregulation, right? The Ambit Energies. And the other ones, the Xcel Energies, these were huge billion-dollar companies that existed that allowed you to leverage electricity. Not a sexy thing. It's sexy if you get your electricity for no fee. So what would the positioning be? Right? You're positioning people as a customer or a partner. See, if you join a membership, doesn't matter a membership, you become a partner of that. When I joined the country club, I became a member, right? I became a partner, and I wanted to make sure things were good at the country club, because if I brought guests, I wanted it to look nice. I wanted the chef to do certain things a certain way. I wanted the greens to look a certain way. I wanted the clubhouse to be a certain way. I wanted the staff to act in a certain way. Country club-esque, right? So you become a partner. Most people become a customer. I go into Walmart. I'm a customer at Walmart. I'm not a partner at Walmart. I see something on the floor and there's something fell off the shelf and I can see that it's right there. I'll pick it up and put it back up because I'm a good person. At least I'd like to think I'm a good person. They don't pay me. They don't run over and say, oh, Mr. Murphy, we'll take care of that. That's just being a good human. When you're looking at people to join you in a partnership, to join your nutritional company, to join your travel program, to join your educational program. I had somebody send me some information last night on a pain product, but it's designed for it. They have a version for it. They're a traditional business that's designed for animals as well. And in order to acquire it, you have to prove you have animals. They're pretty specific about that. So I'm like, okay, something new to me. I was interested. I wanted to learn a little bit. I can decide to become a customer or to become a partner. That's the conversation that now happens. When you have a dialogue with somebody, would it be crazy to assume that you need two different stories? One for saving, simplifying travel, and the other one for income side venture. What are your two stories for your business model? One that is saving on money and simply for the family or for yourself to be a customer. What's your other story about your travel business that's an income, that produces an income, that it's a side venture? Because if you mix those two together, it's kind of confusing. Is it possible that you blur those and it creates confusion? Would you be opposed to asking which lane they're even open to before presenting anything? These are just some basic conversations. So that's some ideas. That's some understandings of what kind of conversations you would begin to have around travel, around nutritional. Would you be open to a 2-minute overview with zero decisions today? The reason people pull the protection lever, we call it an objection. The reason they pull the protection lever is because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know the outcome. They think they're getting talked into a corner. So asking them for micro commitments is key. Is it a stretch to say that you'd rather say no than feel trapped in a yes? I can tell you a lot of people who are new to sales, who are fearful in sales, would say, oh my gosh, I'm telling them they could say no. That's ridiculous. I mean, what if they say no? Isn't that a breath of fresh air to realize that they're acting the way they're going to act, and you're getting that up front versus you're the one going, I don't know why I keep calling them. They don't keep talking to me. I don't know why they don't keep doing. I don't know why they're not doing what they said they do. How about this one? Would it be a bad idea to ask what safe to explore looks like for you? What would be safe to explore in our conversation about looking at a travel membership, looking at an executive travel membership? Kind of crazy, isn't it? If it's not a fit, would you prefer I leave you alone completely or keep you posted occasionally? That's the forced law of reciprocity. It'll be a rare 20% maybe will say, leave me alone completely. Yet when you ask the question and it's phrased with the terminology in that way, hey, listen, if it's not a fit, would you prefer I leave you alone completely or keep you posted occasionally? Or you can keep me posted. You can keep me posted. Would you be against telling me the real reasons so I don't misread you? Would you be against telling me the real reason you said no so I don't misread you? Or the real reason you're struggling with our conversation so I don't misread you? Is it possible a clean no today, having a conversation with somebody, is what earns you a yes later? So here's some cold market. Here's some cold market conversations. I mean, not super cold, but people maybe you want to reach out to. Hey, Tony, is now a bad time for a 20-second question about travel? And you ask a 20-second question. Hey, quick one. Would you be opposed to seeing a travel angle I'm using this year? Here's one. Be honest. Did you decide anything about the travel club or the business automatically? Is automatic? Did you decide anything? Travel club or business is automatically a no for you? Did you decide anything around travel savings is an automatic no for you? Is it a bad idea to ask what you don't want in something travel related? Do you see what this changes the programming? These are novel questions. All of this is about novelty. You've heard me talking about novelty now for, I'm going to say, 2 years. If I sent you a 2-minute overview, would you be against giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on it? So that's some ideas of how you can take what you currently do. And if you have another business model that you're currently in, tell me what it is, and we'll see if we can't craft the alternative, getting the no response for it. So there you go. I'm going to end the YouTube here real quick and have a couple of minutes of conversation with those inside of the Zoom. So I'm your head. No questions are good questions when you learn how to use them to your benefit. I'm your head brain training, brain scrambling misfit. I'll see y'all where at the next event. Thanks, YouTube. Love you tons.